ifrån. Så är det. If you're gonna go and party here with the elites of Sweden, they're likely to say, meet me at Svampen. Svampen means the big mushroom, which is the big mushroom you see on the right hand side. Very creative name. Some of the many places you can party here is Sturehof, Sturekompaniet, other very exclusive nightclubs. So we have, for example, Sturekompaniet here to the right. Very exclusive nightlife. Coming up on our left-hand side, we can now see a big yellow building. This is the Royal Library. Now it's very big, but the biggest part is actually invisible to the eye, which is 5 stories under the ground. The reason that we have so big archives here is that during all of the 1600s, 1700s, even early 1800s, every single author, every single publisher had to send 2 copies of every book to the Royal Library. This was not because the king was a cool guy and wanted to help him sell books. This was so he could keep 100% control on everything published in the whole country. So freedom of expression was not a big thing back then. The park in which you find the Royal Library is called Humlegården. Humle translates into hop, which is an important ingredient in brewing beer. So that's also what we use the park for. Här till vänster är också Floras kulle om någon är intresserad av den. Jag vet inte varför ni skulle vara intresserade av just den kullen, men nu vet ni. If you lean a little bit into the bus and look straight ahead, you can see a tower at the end of this road. This is part of the 1912 Olympic Stadium built for the Summer Olympics we had here in Stockholm. Today, it's still the oldest Olympic stadium still in use. It used to be the home ground also for a big football team, a very bad football team here in the city called Djurgården, but that's another story. Turning around the corner, we're now down on Karlavägen, one of 5 parade streets we have here in the city. Originally, Karlavägen was inspired by Champs-Élysées down in Paris. I don't think they did a particularly good job at all resembling Champs-Élysées, but still this is one of the most exclusive addresses in the whole country. Vi som bor här i stan, vi kanske känner igen att grusrännan här i mitten ofta kallas för snobbrännan. Lite längre ner till höger kommer vi också se Ica för rika. Till och med plastpåsar kostar 1 krona mer än andra ställen. Så är det. A lot of celebrities tend to live around here. You can for example see Peter Forsberg, famous ice hockey player. You can also see the previous foreign minister of Sweden, Carl Bildt. Also the king of Sweden lives here. You might have heard of him. He used to play for Manchester United and his name is Zlatan Ibrahimovic, of course. Who else? He bought an entire church about 2 blocks down on the right-hand side, which we in Sweden, of course, think suits him perfectly, as we see him as Son of God. It does make sense, lives in the house of God, I think. So I had a question about this building. This is one of the big high schools we find here in the city. This is actually where the DJ Avicii himself went, and when he graduated with an F in music. So grades doesn't matter. Sann historia, Karlavägen är det stället i hela landet där flest p-böter utfärdas varje år. Många stora stadstyper, små parkeringsplatser, men det är inget problem här. As we come to the end of Karlavägen, we come into this big roundabout called Karlaplan. It can be a little bit difficult to see from ground level, but this entire roundabout is actually shaped as a star, with 5 separate streets running in here. In the middle of Karlaplan, you also found this big fountain, which sometimes is called the graduation fountain. As when the Stockholm graduates graduate, you're gonna find all of them practicing different swimming techniques in there. Many of the swimming techniques I've never seen before. They did some calculations. It turned out that the Stockholm municipality had to spend 70,000 Swedish crowns on restoring that fountain after graduation every year. Feels like money that could have been used for other things. Something that I find quite cool here in Stockholm is that we're actually the capital in the world with the most museums in quite a small space.